65% of Americans believe that it is our job to protect human rights globally. Due to this being more than half of our population, every American should listen to the Great Arsenal of Democracy by FDR at least once in their lifetime. The speech was given during the rise of Nazi Germany and when it was at war with the Allied powers in Europe. Nazi Germany was not a democracy, and most of the Allied power states were a democracy. So that is why America aligned more with the Allied powers. We also were in partnership with Britain, so when they started fighting the Nazis, they started asking us for weapons and such. Then FDR gave the speech, the Great Arsenal of Democracy, to explain to the American public why we need to give Britain and the Allied powers weapons to help fight Nazi Germany. And those reasons were because of was to defend the democracies in Europe, and have people have their freedoms and rights that they deserve and that they fought for. Because Britain was a monarch before it became a democracy, in which those people fought the monarchy to make it a democracy. Same with the French. They were a monarchy before, then the people overthrew the monarchy and made it a democracy. So FDR wanted to protect these democracies that these people fought for so hard, so that he was going to send weapons to the Allied powers, and he was telling the American in the speech why it was a good idea and why it needed to happen. One of the points he makes in the speech is it's important to support democracy around the world, because if we don't support other democracies, our democracy has a chance of falling, either by another government type that overtook all the governments in Europe and democratic governments in Europe and Asia coming and taking us then, or for people who believe in the other governments in our country seeing the destruction and rising up and taking that democracy. That is why it is important to fight for all democracies. Also, our democracy was founded by us, but also with the help and support of the French. If we didn't have the help and support of the French, we wouldn't have won the war against the British, and we wouldn't have been a democratic country. So with this, we should help other countries defend their democracy, like French helped us defend ours. FDR's speech called out to Americans to support democracies all over the world, no matter how big or small, which would allow the world to be more at peace. This speech should be listened to because of the important message of standing up for democracy and allowing people across the world to have the freedoms they should have. People should watch this speech and understand where FDR is coming from before it's too late and we, as a nation, lose democracy too.